Hello once again, everyone. I mean, you're not going to notice once again. I have just finished editing my SPDA Week 6 game, and I've scheduled it to come out at 6 o'clock, because that's when all the other PokeTubers seem to upload their draft league games. So, you know what? Why not join them? Yeah. Me and my 16 subscriber channel, whatever. Yeah, I included a song from Undertale and a song from Deltarune. You'll never guess what happened while it was processing. Yeah, they got flagged for copyright, but it's not as if I plan to get monetized, so I don't care. I like those songs, I'm including them. Haha. I hope that's how that works. Anyway, today I'm here to talk about my this is my draft analysis for the MLBL Pokemon Draft League. MLBL stands for Mario and Luigi's Battle League. I mean, look, if there's ever a more fitting draft league for me to join, then let me know. But I'm Mario fan 2127, of course. So, I mean, come on. Anyway, this is a 12-player league, so it's not the biggest. So, as you will see, there were some interesting Pokemon that were still around for quite a while. Well, the rules, Terra rules. So you have 20 Terra points available. You can have, you could have one Terra captain if you wanted, but most people will have two, or three. So Pokemon that cost 14 points can Terra. That's like the highest point cost, but they only get one Terra type. Then Pokemon between 9 and 13 points get 2 Terra types, and then Pokemon that cost 8 and under get 3 Terra types. Stab types aren't necessary, by the way, not necessary. Although I will say, Ogerpon, just regular, the teal mask one, as well as Cornerstone, were available Terra captains in this. As you will see, I'm not too worried about them, but they could be kind of scary. But I got the 12th pick, I got the wheel pick once again, second league in a row this has happened. Look, I'm not complaining, and I'm certainly not complaining about my first pick. Obviously, all my picks are like 2 at a time, so I say first pick. This one and my next one that I talk about, I got at the same time. It's probably more optimal to get one of the ones I got on my next round of picks, but this feels like one of my Pokemon, you know. But anyway, the first one I got, I've never drafted this Pokemon before, and I'm really excited to use it. Yeah, you can probably figure out what I'm about to put in. I'm VALIANT. Wow. I mean, the fact that this Pokemon was available by the time it got to me is insane. I don't really think I've had, in the randomized order, I don't think I've even been close to the top. There was a VGC league I played probably about a few months ago, where I got, I think, 4th pick, but not in the single leagues. I've been close to the bottom in all of them, or at the bottom. In fact, I've literally been at the bottom 2 out of 3 leagues. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm VALIANT. I don't even know where to start with this thing. I mean, this can probably run just about any item you want. Booster energy, of course. Choice band, choice scarf, choice specs, all viable. Assault vest viable. Expert belt viable. Focus sash viable. Heavy duty boots viable. Rifle viable. I mean, everything. I mean, Thunder policy viable. Don't know. It's probably not the best thing to run, but it is viable. You could use it. Clear Amulet is a possibility. Says Covert Cloak. Although it's other people that's going to want to run Covert Cloak against me again. We'll get to that. But yeah, and this thing also gets dual screen, so light clay is a viable option. All the type resist berries, of course. This thing just gets everything. I mean, this... Yeah, I mean... If I had to guess, I will want to default... I don't even know. I'm really gonna try not to like default to a particular set with this thing. I'm just gonna look at it matchup, like per matchup, each matchup as its own single thing, and just use this. Just, I don't know. It really is just so matchup dependent. Like, do I want it to like be really disruptive in the early game? Do I want it to like help break for stuff in the middle game? Do I want it to clean up with like a boost energy in the late game? Like, it just does. It can basically do anything you want. The one thing it can't really do is be bulky, but honestly, 74, 90, 60 isn't that bad. I think, does it? Okay, just get metronome. I do kind of want to be metronome on weeks. I think it'll be really damn funny. Vacuum wave for priority is useful. Gets all the terrains if I ever need to do that. Could run a fling set at some point. Thunder wave, spread paralysis. I could trick like a flame orb on something. Taunt disruption, sword stance could run a bulkier physical setup set. Just get Spirit Break. If this thing got play with it, it'd probably be a little too much. Moonblast for the special fairy coverage is so nice. Close combat for physical. I mean, just look at this. Gets Destiny Bond to like take something with it. Calm Mind. It can do whatever you want. This thing is crazy. I am in utter shock that this thing lasted 11 picks and got to me. I'm so excited to use it. Week 1 does start Monday, so schedules have been released. I have to play the person that got first pick, so that's going to be a very fun one. They have a lot of horses, so many horses, and a Ditto. I'm actually kind of scared of that Ditto. Anyway, I'll move on to my second pick now. You can probably guess what this is once I type that letter. Yes, indeed. I once again drafted Petulant. Look. This thing is not quite as versatile as the Iron Valiant, but it's so consistent at just being that defensive wall. I mean, this defense stat is insane. Don't really have a favourite item to use. Black Sludge is obviously nice, heavy duty boots if they have hazards, type resist berry if I just need to live a hit and get like a moment chain off or a parting shot, whatever. Citrus berry, I like citrus berry for like that free, easy, fast recovery. Rocky helmet to punish physical hitters. I mean, those are probably the main items. Air balloon is also pretty useful as well. But that is probably most of them. Eject button is certainly extremely viable as well. If I have to go against a terrain team, could run like a Misty Surge, or Misty Seed for the Misty Surge, Misty Terrain, which I think would be very, very cool. I mean, this thing with a Spadef boost, I mean, how do you kill it? I will say, my favourite set to run is probably something like this. And just recover last, just something like that, because this thing pivots, and you're going to see a theme with my team. I have a lot of different ways to pivot, which, yeah, if you've watched any of my videos, then you will probably know that I'm a big fan of bulky offense. That's have bulky Pokemon that I know will take hits 10 out of 10 times and can either pivot or disrupt and just basically wall whatever threat my opponent has. And yeah, Petulant is just so good at doing all of that. Walling, parting shot. Now, Petulant did cost 14 points, So I could have had this as a Terra Captain, but that would kind of force me into a 6-point Terra Captain, and there were some okay ones, but none of them that I was really into. And spoiler alert, I'm very happy with my Terra Captains, as you will see, but they were not my 3rd or 4th pick. So, my 3rd pick. Corviknight. I've never used this Pokemon either. So I'm really excited to see how I end up winning it in draft, because honestly, I don't really know. Rocky Helmet's obviously nice. Obviously it's very physically bulky, but it is also like very potentially specially bulky. I mean, the main thing is U-turn. You can't block U-turn unless you literally use like Protect. Pivoting is just nice. Kind of hope it's got Stealth Rock, but you know, I'm not going to get everything, and I will have other options for that. Don't you worry. I did just drop my stance on the floor. If something sounded weird there, that's because it probably did, because my mic rubbed against my desk. So yeah, Rocky Helmet, leftovers, boots, very, very viable. This is just going to be one of those consistent ones, similar to Petulant and Milotic. As for moves, Iron Defense setup with Body Press. Looks nice. Obviously, we like U-turn. I can actually do the right thing. Roost for very, very. I'm a big fan of just reliable recovery. Now, clicking it can feel kind of difficult because, I mean, Draft League, it feels like not hyper offense, but offense is the preferred playstyle of most people. So giving up like momentum a turn you could be doing something else to click a recovery move can sometimes feel kind of tough. But you know, it's just nice to have. You know, it's just nice to know that you can click Roost if you feel like you need to, which I probably will do a lot. Obviously has Brave Bird to hit. I mean, Space 87 attack stat, Brave Bird will do a good amount of damage if I need it to. Obviously, like I said, Iron Defense. Does get Light Screen? I think it gets Reflect as well, so absolutely can run like a dual screens with Reflect, Light Screen, whatever move I want last. Has Tailwind, so I could run Tailwind and U-turn, which I think would be really, really cool. Not sure if I'll ever get it off, but there are certainly situations where it could look useful, and I'm sure Power Trip will be the same. What sort of setup moves do you have actually? Nothing here, that's fine. Taunt will be, I'm sure, will be useful at times. I don't see myself using Nasty Plot, I'll be honest. Iron Defense and Flash Cannon, for sure. Curse as well, and Bulk Up. Although, there's not really a reason to use Curse over Bulk Up, because it's a very reasonable speed stat. Agility as well is very, very cool. And Defog, can't believe I've taken this long to mention Defog. Yeah, I'd say the weakest point of my team in the SPDA is my hazard removal options, and because that's just Tatsugiri, who I am yet to bring to a game. So sometimes I can feel kind of forced to run boots, but if my opponent has like Defog, then I don't feel like I need to worry as much, because my team does kind of force Defog prep, and if they are running Defog, they're going to be dissuaded from running their own hazards, because they're just going to Defog them away anyway. But having a Pokemon that I can use to click Defog is really, really nice. But yeah, this Pokemon is going to be able to do pivoting, just be annoying generally, has potential setup stuff with Iron Defense Body Press or Bulk Up, or Home Claws and Power Trip. Hazard like removal with Defog is, like I said, is really nice. Yes, dual screens as well with U-turn. I mean, dual screens plus a pivot move is going to be really nice, and I do have another one of those, you'll see later. However, as for my next one, this is another returning classic, Cure. I have this in the SPDA, and it is, I believe Cure is overall the global kill leader. Don't think it's the kill leader in the league. I think it's close. It's definitely the top 3. I don't want to spoil the game I had against King, but I think Curum's definitely in the top 3. Maybe top 2, I'm not sure. But, I mean, there's a few different sets I like. Obviously, you've got loaded dice with Icicle Spear, Scale Shot, Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance goes at the bottom though. I really want the Dragon Cheer at some point as well. Dragon Dance, this move here is very, very, very flexible. Draco Meteor has use, Blizzard has use. Dragon Pulse has use, Earth Power has a lot of use, as does Freeze Dry. But I feel like here in this slot, for me anyway, Earth Power gets used a lot, as does Iron Head to hit like bulky fairies generally. Substitute as well is very, very usable. At some point I really want to run the Dragon Cheer, because these are both hitting like 4 to 5 times, and the odds of getting a crit is going to be pretty high. But you know, a turn you Dragon Cheer could be a turn you just click Dragon Dance again. So, maybe not on this set, but maybe Dragon Cheer has a use case on like a heavy duty boot set with like Draco Meteor. And this thing can go physical as well, because as you can see, attack and special attack are the same, so this thing can go physical or special, which I think is really, really cool. Pun intended. Obviously you're probably not going to want Dragon Dance last on this set. Something like this, I ran Weakness Policy last week, which was so good. I'm still really happy with that game. Type Resist Berry again, I ran Haban Berry in the game I just played. I've run Heavy Duty Boots previous weeks, I've run Loaded Dice, I have run Choice Specs as well. And have I run anything else? Don't think so. I nearly ran Assault Vest one week, and I nearly ran Mirror Hoof this week, but I didn't. Don't think I've run any of the sets. No, don't think so. But again, kind of similar to Iron Valiant in that the fact it can go physical or special can force a lot of difficult prep. And the fact this is just a really strong mon that also has setup options. I mean, as you can see, even Petulant has Nasty Blocked. I didn't mention it then because it's not really what I gravitate towards first. But, you know, so far, there's very much a theme in my first 4 picks, each group of 2. Iron Valiant's a hard hitter, Petulant's a Pokemon that can pivot, Curum's a hard hitter, Corviknight's a Pokemon that can pivot. And then, yeah, look, I want to talk about Curum a little bit more, but I'm kind of excited to talk about my next pick. So, my next pick is Blastoise, and this is my first Tera Captain. So, this Pokemon costs me 12 points, meaning it gets 2 Tera types. Now the first Tera type felt pretty obvious in the grass. And I'll explain a little bit more as well why I'm really looking forward to using this. But the first Tera type is grass. This one felt very obvious. The second one felt a lot less obvious. I went with water because, fun fact, I am allowed to Shell Smash with this Pokemon. Don't know who allowed that. I think it was Zachmander. Shout out to Zachmander for allowing this. Shout out to no one for getting this. I got this round pick number 5. So I'm very grateful that no one got this. I could have easily been sniped. But yeah. Most people, I mean, Blastoise is normally run as like a defensive mon. It does get Rapid Spin, which is really, really nice. It gives me another hazard removal option. But look, if Shell Smash is going to work, I'm going to want to run Shell Smash. Just something like that, you know? Probably with Tera Blast. Probably with Ice Beam if I had to guess, something like this. EV is obviously whatever. Looks good for the matchup, but just something like that. Or, like, this is hitting a very, very high speed stat at +2. So I can probably, I mean, what's Dragon Ball hit? Like 429 or something? So, what? This sort of set? So outspeed Dragon Ball, I think it is 429. Oh, I'm going to have to look at that now. 421, damn it. I knew it was 420 and then either 1 or 9. Damn. Well, that lets me get more bulk anyway. There. So this Pokemon is very bulky and will hit extremely hard. This sort of set is probably going to be my go-to with this, but I mean, it's either going to be Tera Water for maximum water damage if they are lacking water resists, or if their water resist happens to be something slightly more offensive. For example, Basculegion maybe. Right? I mean, I'm sure a +2 Tera Water Surf from Blastoise will be OHKOing a Basculegion. And listen, that Rain Team looks very scary, but it's the hidden tech. But no, I probably won't be running Rain-Dish ever, apart from maybe into that Rain Team. But maybe the extra damage from the water types will look better. Another set this could run is just Heavy Duty Boots. There's Hazard Removal. Maybe I still run Shell Smash, but something like this. Maybe I still run Tera Blast with the Tera Blast Grass. And then whatever move I go for last. It's very... I mean, again, Blastoise has a lot of moves it can go for, right? I mean, look, Tera Water, Choice Scarf, Water Spout looks very clickable sometimes. Is all I'm going to say on the matter. So I look forward to doing that at some point. Maybe at some point I even run Hydrate Pump. Ooh, it's 80 accuracy though. I'm not a fan of those. But yeah, this Pokemon, I'm really excited to use it. Again, if you can think of a better Tera type than Water, feel free to let me know. I considered Tera Ground at some point. I think I considered even Tera Steel, because I'm a big fan of defensive Terras, but Tera Water just for maximum damage seems really good, because I mean, this thing's special attack stat isn't the highest. I mean, another good point is that it's got a pretty good attack stat as well, so this could Shell Smash boost its attack as well. This could run physical, it has Earthquake. Also has Flip Turn, so on this sort of set could run Flip Turn last quite easily. As you can see, it's not necessarily the bulky Pokemon with pivoting, but there is potential for it to do that. It doesn't have to be a Shell Smashing Sweeper or Breaker or whatever it wants it to do. It could just be a Hazard Removal, which I think is perfectly fine. So now I have Default and Rapid Spin, which I don't think that's actually happened yet. I mean, technically it did because I had Onikoyo, but I'm not really counting that, you know. If you watch my SPD game that I scheduled to upload at 6 o'clock, that is in 8 hours from now, more or less. Please let me know what you think of the music as well, because spoiler alert, we did have to play on Pokémon Showdown, just because my opponent, he was busy basically, and then was free like 15 minutes after the comp expired, which is really unfortunate timing. So we played on Showdown because, you know, I'm not going to take number 1 in the league. Sorry, I'm not going to make number 1 in the league take a forfeit loss because they were like 15 minutes. Like that's not right. If it was Sunday, it might have been like when we were playing. It might have been like trickier to do because obviously next week starts. But because it was Saturday, I think it was perfectly fine. And I'm glad that we did play the game. I think it was a good game. So yeah, Blastoise, I'm really excited to use this. Shell Smash, Rapid Spin, Bulky. It's just got different things it can do. And I think that's awesome. Because I am a big fan of versatility. And forcing opponents to not know what set I'm going to run. I mean, I'm Valiant, Kyurem, Blastoise. It's really hard to predict what those 3 are going to do week in, week out. So good luck to my opponents, honestly. I am pretty happy with my team. But I'm even happier with my next pick. Oh yes, I am getting Chestnut again. I don't even care. This thing has stayed with Petulant the whole time. Petulant and Chestnut I drafted in the PCPL, in the SPDA, and now here. And Chestnut cost 8 points. And if you can do maths, then you can probably figure out that 12 plus 8 is 20. So this could be my other Tera captain, and believe it or not, you would be right. And yes, I do have the exact same Tera types as in the SPDA, being the Fairy. Could have gone Ghost for spin blocking, but I don't think it's the most important. Instead I went with Steel, because look at this, 4 times weakness to flying. I want a way to resist it. Could have gone electric, but I'm not going to go electric. Could have gone electric actually, but I don't really like electric as a defensive Tera type at all. And water. Don't know why it took me so long to say that. My favourite set is honestly just something like this. If I'm able to run this set, then probably will. Something like that with that, and maybe that, and maybe that, and maybe that. Got a Spikes Pokemon. This thing's awesome. I love this Pokemon so much. Gives me a ground resist, which I do have a Corviknight, sure, but apart from that, I've got a Petulant, an Iron Valiant, and a Kyurem. Not those really like to take like a decently strong stab Earthquake, for example. So just having that ground resist is nice. Also Dark. Obviously, Iron Valiant does resist Dark, like with both of its types. But it's not really a defensive mon, you know. So apart from that, I've got Petulant, Corviknight, and Kyurem. Again, none of those really want to be some Dark type moves. This obviously will. I do have the Water Resist in the Blastoise, but again, it's not necessarily my intention to run that as the bulky Pokemon week in, week out. I want to Shell Smash on people and then hit them with the Hydro Pumps, the Surfs, the Tera Blast Grasses, and that's what I'm looking forward to with Blastoise, okay? This Pokemon is just so crazy consistent. I mean, I don't even have a favourite Tera type, they're all really good. Fairy, just because it's an amazing defensive type. Steel, mainly for that 4 times weakness, 4 times weakness to flying, to then just resist it is really, really nice. But it also just resists a lot of other stuff, which is useful. Also poison. Obviously you can't Sludge Bomb me because they're bulletproof. But Sludge Wave, Poison Jabs even, because I don't really want this thing to get poisoned. But sometimes maybe I drop Synthesis. I'm just going to make sure they're in the right order. And instead I want another like attacking move. Maybe I want Wood Hammer. This thing has a good, very, very respectable attack stats. Wood Hammer is a base 120 move and it's going to do a lot of damage. Maybe I want Iron Defense. Maybe you don't have a Ghost type. Maybe you don't have a resist to Iron Defense or Body Press. But high defense 2. I mean, stab body press does a lot. This is a very high defense stat. Stab body press does a lot of damage to a lot of things. Grass Knot for coverage. Shout out Zach Mander. I'm sure you probably know who he is, because he's one of the people running the league. High horsepower for coverage. Knockoff is also really, really good utility. I think this is my first knockoff Pokemon. Don't think Blastoise gets knockoff. Yeah, I didn't think so. Don't think Valiant gets knockoff. It does get knockoff. Oh, that's crazy. Who the hell allowed this Pokemon to exist? Anyway. Actually, I should have known that it gets knockoff, yeah. But, anyway. I mean, Valiant's probably going to use a knockoff as an offensive tool, whereas this is more for utility and just getting rid of items. Heavy duty boots, choice specs, choice scarf, whatever. It's just going to be really, really useful. It's just an insanely consistent Pokemon. Raw as well is a very, very real option. I don't think I've run Raw yet, but it has use. Even Spiky Shield has use. Getting Chip with just a Protect turn. If I want to run something like Leftovers, getting that extra Leftovers healing could be very nice. I'm a huge fan of Chestnut. I am probably Chestnut's biggest believer. Love this thing. Super underrated. If you need ground type resist, if you need defensive Pokemon, if you need spikes, if you need bulletproof, don't think I've talked about that yet as much as I probably should have. Immune to Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, and lots of other niche moves that you don't really think about until you have to think about them. And just having an immunity to that is huge. But I'd say the most common bulletproof immunity I get with Chestnut is definitely Shadow Ball. Sludge Bomb as well definitely is real, as is Focus Blast. I think those three interactions have definitely come up and have been useful. I mean, even just having to prep for bulletproof, like I went against a Specs Dragapult recently, and they just couldn't really click Shadow Ball because I have this Pokemon. It's just so good. I love Chestnut. That was my 6th pick. It's 10 to 12 Pokemon you need, by the way. But if you've been paying attention, all my Pokemon so far have been pretty expensive. Valiant 20, Petulant 14, Corviknight 15, Corum 18, Blastoise 12, Chestnut 8. I'm not going to do the mental math in my head because I'm not going to make a fool of myself, but I should probably start looking at some cheaper Pokemon to get next. Right? Crocodile, that's not a cheap Pokemon. That's a 14 put. I don't care, is what I say to you. Listen, I had this thing in the PCPL. This thing was a kill leader for a reason. Look, most of the time, you just need these two. You just need these two, and this item, really. This is all you need. Just something like this is probably going to see you through. Choice. Get the speed to whatever you need it to get to. Put the rest in bulk. Click, click, click. If your opponent doesn't bring a flying type or a levitator or a grass type or whatever their answer is, then they're going to have a bad time against Crocodile. And Knockoff is also very good. Against CC, I had this set, which I probably should put more specs on. But something else this Pokemon does is not that item. Close though. That's the one. And actually, well, not a good Stealth Rocker, just the Stealth Rocker. So, this is my only Stealth Rocks Pokemon. Spoiler alert. I think that's fine though. I have Rocks, I have Spikes, Rapid Spin, Defog. My Hazard game's looking pretty good. Gotta get Toxic Splax at some point because I do get like one of the best spin blockers in Petulant. I wish Petulant got Toxic Splax. I really wish it got. Anyway, something like that. I mean, even these moves still gets bulk up as well. Also gets raw, but I'm not going to be clicking raw too much. I mean, this bulk is very reasonable. Also gets intimidate, which is an amazing ability. So absolutely could run like a bulky bulk up set. Maybe with stealth rock. I've been enjoying Metagross as like a lead stealth rock option in the SPDA, just to break whatever Pokemon on the lead. I had it as if they led Dragapult, I was just going to click knock off turn 1. Don't really care if it gets burned. It'd be kind of rude, but it's not the end of the world. At least Talonflame wouldn't have heavy duty boots anymore. But yeah, I love this Pokemon. This Pokemon's so good. And just clicking Choice Scarf Earthquake, like what's your opponent going to do really? The answers have a flying type, but if they don't, good luck. And I mean, technically, if I wanted to, this Pokemon did cost 14 points, so this could have been the Tera Captain, and with what I've just said, imagine a Tera Ground Crocodile. Yikes, that's kind of scary to be honest. Anyway, my next pick. So, if you've been keeping track, this is a hard hitter. Obviously, in the last set, Blastoise is more there as a hard hitter, and Chestnut's there as a bulky Pokemon. Doesn't get any pivoting, but it's the Chestnut. I'll let it slide this time, you know. Blastoise actually does get pivoting, so I could flip them, I guess. With a belly drum, Grassy Glide Chestnut on a if my opponent has a Rillaboom, that could be very kind of fun. I do want to run a belly drum set at some point, but I just like Chestnut as a defensive Pokemon. Anyway, Crocodile, 14 points. Now I'm really running low on points. I think I have 19 points left for 3 Pokemon to get to reach the minimum of 10 required. So obviously I get a cheaper, more valued Pokemon that cost me 6-7 points. Wait, fingers, wait, what are you, wait, Slowking? Isn't this an expensive Pokemon? Yes, it cost me 15 points. But Regenerator. This isn't really an ability I've been able to dabble with yet. I'm looking forward to using it. This thing also is pretty versatile, but the big one is, of course, the Chilly Reception. Chilly Reception into Cure, and fun fact, I can now click Blizzard with a Choice Spec set. I have a defense boost in the snow. If I were a set like this, you're probably going to be quite annoyed. Yeah, that last move could be Future Sight, for example, to help punish maybe a fighting type that wants to come in on Cure, but now can't because of Future Sight. I mean, I just look at the coverage this thing gets. Psychic Noise as well, Slack Off for instant recovery, which is something I've said I like. Thunder Wave is going to be kind of rude. Belly Drum if I want to be kind of heat. It's just, this Pokemon gets all the moves. Don't have to run a support set though. Could run something like this and make it not that close though. Close. Trick Room. There you go. Could run something like this, or don't even need Calm Mind necessarily. This thing has a good special attack stat of 100, and just run. Not Psybeam, that's a pretty weak move actually. There we go, let's go to Psychic. Then let's just put Focus Blast in, because we've got to hit the Steel and the Dark types, you know, something like this. You know? Just make Slowking a hard hitter. Very viable. And Life Orb plus Regenerator, pretty good combo. Regenerator basically nullifying the 10% recoil you take per attack, and so far my team isn't necessarily the fastest. It has speed, Crocodile's pretty fast, and Valiant is obviously extremely fast. Can boost your energy as well. Petulant has some speed, base 88. People underestimate Petulant's speed, to be honest. It can be pretty fast. I have run speed investment a couple times, and it's been really useful. Curum's base 95. All these Pokemon could be running Trick Room, or they could be helped out by spreading Thunder Wave. This Pokemon is just going to be really, really annoying for my opponents to deal with, and once again to prep for is the big one, because again this thing can just do so many different things. Crocodile's not really that Pokemon. If you see me with a Crocodile, you probably want to expect Choice Scarf, I'll be honest. But there is potential for other sets with Crocodile, and I will, after using it a lot in the PCPL, I feel more confident in using the other sets. But Choice Scarf Crocodile is just so consistent, man. So consistent. So yeah, this is my last real pick. I hope you heard it in my tone, but I did little quotation marks with my fingers. This thing's just really good, especially bulky. I mean, what I wanted from this pick, not necessarily Slowking, but just this pick, the one after Crocodile, was a Fire Resist that can pivot, basically. Zach Commander was telling me to look at Alolan Ninetales as well, which did also look very tempting, although Veil and Snow for Curum is pretty crazy. But I told him, Zach Commander, this Pokemon gets both screens and Jelly Reception, so I can do that anyway. And I can be a water type and resist fire. Because if I got Alolan Ninetales, Blastoise resists fire. Tera Water Chestnut resists fire. But that's it. So yeah, I wanted a fire resist. And also, I forgot to mention this with Crocodile, I wanted something either else to resist electric. Chestnut obviously resists electric, but I preferred a ground type, because you gotta have a ground type in draft, you just do. And I also wanted a dark type. I wanted a ghost resist, because again, I have Chestnut to be a pseudo special ghost immune Pokemon with the bulletproof Shadow Ball immune. But Chestnut's not going to be able to wall every Pokemon every single game, although it probably does feel like it from some of my opponents. But yeah, Crocodile for Dark type. I wanted a ground type, I wanted a Dark type. Crocodile was on the board. I got Crocodile. Makes sense. Slowking, bulky water type that can pivot, because yeah, I got Blastoise, which is a fire resist. But if most of the time I want to run it as an offensive Pokemon, then it's got a kind of fake fire resist, so I wanted a real fire resist, and Slowking is exactly that. Again, pivoting, step variety, perfect for me. And spoiler alert, these are my last two picks, because funnily enough, I have 4 points left to get 2 Pokemon. I do think that there are worlds where these Pokemon come though. I know I said these about Oricorio and Tatsugiri, but I do mean it with these ones. So my penultimate pick is Valerian. Now this also gives me a fire immune because of Flash Fire. I'll probably do something like that. It's not the most consistent, but I wanted a fire type. I wanted a fire type offensively for one thing. And it's a very, very strong Pokemon. Like imagine I pivot to this Pokemon and I'm able to activate my Toxic Orb, and the next turn I'm just able to click Flare Blitz, because let's say you have a Clefable in, right? I'm just going to click Flare Blitz, you know, and just go for that huge damage, because this is a very high attack stat. 130 is very high. The same as Cure, actually. So just bear that in mind when prepping for this Pokemon. I will be thinking about it if I want the fire type damage. Don't know why it took Game Freak so long to give this Flare Blitz, but we live and learn, I guess. Gets Quick Attack, which I think is very cool. Clemency is nice. Trailblaze for that speed boost is nice. Does have Wish as an option, but base 65's HP is not the best. Baton Pass is more pivoting. Endeavour is cool. But I think probably most weeks it's going to be a set like this. Not Scorching Sands, that's not meant to be there. Maybe Double Edge, maybe. Maybe Body Slam, again, Spreading Paralysis is very, very viable. What's a good last move? Copycat. Copycat is certainly usable. Don't know why this gets Ring Dance, but it does. Temper Flare. Honestly, Yawn. Why not Yawn? You know, this isn't the order I put them in game. But something like this. Like, what's your switch into this? Like, it's okay. It's ZU rated for a reason, you know. I mean, probably mainly this. But like, show me a switch in. This is a very high attack stat. Guts only makes it higher. Now, it takes a lot of chip damage because of Toxic Orb, because of Flare Blitz Recoil. But I could run Flash Fire, swap it in on a Fire type move, and basically have the same sort of power, but with less recoil because of Life Orb. And yeah, I mean, Flash Fire gives the Fire type moves the same sort of multiplier that Guts gives. So, you know, Flare Blitz is actually stronger like this if I swap in on the Fire type move because of Life Orb, giving me that extra 1.3 times boost. But yeah, this is a really, really strong Pokemon. And honestly, with 3 points, I think it does the job. You know, I think it's a really, really good pick. On my last pick, if you have listening comprehension skills, then you know that I have 1 point left. So it's probably not a very good Pokemon I get. But if I scroll down a little bit, is the last one, Alolan Vulpix. Now, obviously Zach Commander was telling me to get Alolan Ninetales. I said no, Zach Commander. I want Slowking. So instead, I got the baby version. Look, if I'm running this, not Aurora Beam, Aurora Ray, something like that. And honestly, maybe not even Light Clay, maybe Focus Sash, just to ensure I get it up. But probably Light Clay. That's an amalgamation. Light Clay, Aurora Veil. I mean, these stats are not the craziest. 65 speed is usable. It's going to be outspeeding like the base 60s, like Clefable, like the Alolan starters. I think Swampert might be base 60. I mean, okay, wait. Let's have a look. What are the base 60s? Scroll down. Okay. Weezing's a good one actually. Clefable, like I said. Swampert, yeah. I guess Jellicent. Aegislash is not a Pokemon that I have to prep for. I don't think anyone picked Hisuian Goodra. There you go. Alolan starters. Although I think Decidueye might be slightly higher. I think that might be like 72 or something. Off the top of my head, Grimmsnarl is another good one. These are fake ones. That's why I don't recognise them. I mean, still outspeeding. I mean, this isn't in the game, obviously. It would have outsped Chestnut, but obviously I have that. Vaporeon is a good one to outspeed, because if someone has Vaporeon, it's probably been running a bulkier set. Scizor as well, but obviously I'm just going to get bullet punched. Pelipper's a decent one as well. Alomomola as well. No, I think Spoopy Bird Buddy drafted Alomomola. It's a great Pokemon. Shout out to Uzi, not that he needs it. My goat, that's my goat right there, Uzi. Winning, can't remember the name of the league. It was just in, that's bad. We win it with Alamola for a good reason. But yeah, on the full picks, it's probably just going to be here to do that. Set up Snow, Aurora Veil for Cure. Let Cure set up. Or let something else set up, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Pokemon that can set up. Yeah, that's going to be kind of scary for my opponents, to be honest. I am really happy with this team. That is my last pick. I think this team is pretty awesome, to be honest. I'm not sure where I'd rate it compared to the SPDA. I think they're slightly different teams. I think I will miss Milotic's like pure water typing. And I certainly could have considered Milotic again. I do want to try and make some new things out though, you know. Petulant I've used before, Kyurem I've used before, Chestnut I've obviously used before, Crocodile I've used before. So that's 4 Pokemon I have actually used before. But I just kind of like iterating on team styles I like. Those teams generally tend to have Petulant and Chestnut. They've had Kyurem in the SPDA, Crocodile in the PCPL, and I'm excited to combine them for sure. Kyurem can obviously hit flying types that Crocodile isn't a huge fan of, and that's not really something I had in the PCPL. I just kind of had to click Stone Edge or Rock Slide with something and just hope for the best. Didn't really have an electric type, I don't think. No. Rock type was just a coverage rock type move. Didn't have an ice type either, so flying was a pretty annoying type for me to deal with. But Crocodile still made it work. And I don't think it was kill leader, but I think it was second. But I'll be honest, if I made it to the finals, if I didn't feel forced to forfeit when I did for the semi-finals, I do think Crocodile would have been straight up kill leader for the PCPL. Just straight up. Because that one is crazy. And I'd like to think I used it pretty well. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. I'm sorry if the car sounds outside are loud and annoying. They are for me. It's currently 10:49 AM. So, you know, there is activity happening outside. But yeah, I hope you like the team. Actually, I won't finish just yet. Let me show you the dock. And let me show you the other teams I have to contend with. 12-person league, Dark I didn't go. I honestly can't say I'm too surprised about that. I just want to make sure I'm definitely recording this. I am. I thought I would be, but you know, it's good to check these things. So let's go to draft. Oh, actually, no, I don't need to go to the schedule. I told you that my week 1 appointment is Rose. I'm going to click F11 in. That looks so much better. Look at all these horses. These are all horses. That's enough of a horse, I'll be honest. This is horse-like. Oh, damn. What's the actual name for these? An ungulate? Undulate? I think undulate. It's one of the two. Damn. Anyway. This team is pretty scary. This team is also pretty scary, but I have a pretty good Spectria answer, dare I say. I dodged this matchup. Let's go. I don't want to have to fight some. Sand team's pretty scary, pretty cool as well, to be honest. This is another matchup I dodged. I dodged both Zacks. Kind of sad about that. Although 3 of my Pokemon do wall this Tera Ogremon, which is hilarious. what we got down here. This is a scary team. Like, just these Pokemon in screens. Scary. Very, very scary. 18 point Chi, that's kind of crazy as well. But honestly, I kind of get it. Chi is not the best. That's a matchup where I'd be like, I'll be in the team building and stuff. Damn, I really wish I had my low tick in this one instead of slow kick. But it is what it is. I think this team has really good potential, Spoopy's team. I think it's really, really cool. I'm very, very, very interested to see how she uses this Tera Okidogi. And then if we scroll down, as you can see, there I am. I feel like you would really benefit from Psychic Terrain. I feel like, does someone else have, because I know someone got Indeedee. Did someone drop it? Where's Indeedee? There it is. Yeah, okay. Do you even need it? What do you have Indeedee for? Ouch. This isn't doubles, bro. But I do get it. Yeah, Indeedee, it says Indeedee female, but this person does get both Indeedee forms. Unlucky that you didn't get Indeedee. I think you'd have really benefited from it. No priority for like a Shell Smash Poltergeist, Psychic Terrain for Expanding Force on this. Again, no priority on this. You like Psychic Terrain as well. You have Unburden. It would go a little bit against the Terra Normal Extreme Speed Entei, but you know. You're the person that got both Urshifus. That is hilarious. Thankfully, I have a 9 Valiant for that. Although that is a very, very funny combo. This team. I think this might be the scariest team in the league. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is an insane rain team. I mean, you could literally just bring those 6 Pokemon to every single game and be okay. Sometimes, maybe you want to drop Overcall for Primarina. Any combination of those 7 every single week, I think you'll be fine. And that, honestly, please listen to me right now. That is another reason I wanted Slowking. Chilly Reception to counter the weather setup, because there is a Sand team up here as well. And the Sun team. I wanted it for the potential Sun matchup. There are all the weathers in this league. I wanted a way to set up Snow, basically. Just so that I had a way of dealing with it. This can't use Last Respects, but I mean, Terra Water, Choice Band, Liquidation from Bastion Legion in Rain does Okos to probably just about everything. Won't KO Multiscale Dragonite, won't KO Chestnut, or Petulant, or Curum, might KO Corviknight, I'm not sure, I'd have to check that. Your Ogerpon's going to be insane in that matchup, dare I say. There aren't a lot of things that want to take that. You're getting a speed boost will be nice. You're going to want to bring Sun to that. You're going to want to bring Sand to that. You have Elemento, which will be useful for that. Water Absorb Clodsire as well. And Screens. You're going to want Screens in that matchup. And probably so am I. This is a 7-week league. I think I faced this team week 6. Who dodged me? Zack Attack dodged me, Zack Commander dodged me, and I believe I dodged Spoopy. I think those are my dodges. 7 weeks, not including me, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there must be another person I dodged then. I'm not sure who. We can figure it out actually. I know I fight Rose. Needle. Zell. So Rose, Needle, Zell. Rose, Needle, Zell. Big E. Rose Needle, Zell, Big E, Dire. This week is Silverhawk, Rose Boopy, Zell, Zaya, Big E, Twisted, Rose Needle, Zell. Where's Big E? Twisted. Is it? I think it's someone, isn't it? I think it's someone, the other person I dodge. Whoops. I've not played any games yet, obviously. I'll look for someone. Yeah, I think it's someone, the other person I don't play. There you go. Okay, well done, go me, pat on the back for not making a fool of myself. Yeah. This is my team for MLBL. This is the draft board. Just to show you, these are some examples of 14-point ones that could Tera. There are a lot of good ones here. Tera Garganacle is something I'm surprised no one went for, because even with one type, even if it's just Fairy or Water or Steel, that one's crazy. King Gambit was Tera banned, otherwise I probably would have considered it a lot more. I think someone got this then dropped it, honestly, view. Chestnut does pretty well into it, but you got everyone play with against me if you've got everyone. Let me just tell you that. No one has really good, so I can't do the Belly Drum Grassy Glide set with Chestnut, which is kind of sad. No one has Superior. This Pokemon in the Tera tier is Noob Bait, and well done to everyone for not getting it. I feel like maybe it's rude as well. I mean, just something like Tera Ground or Tera Fire on this would have been really, really good still, even if it's only one type, but I certainly considered a lot of Pokemon here. Obviously I have Petulant. I could have used the Tera. I'm not sure what type I'd have got though. Tera Fairy, Tera Dark, Tera Fighting, all very, very viable. Tera Steel or Tera Water. There's a lot of Tera types that Petulant likes, but if I'm going to get like Petulant as my defensive Tera Pokemon, then it needs to be really worth it, because it is an expensive Pokemon. And if it's going to be a Tera Captain, I want 3 types, you know. Because I want Tera Fairy because it's a great type defensively, probably Tera Water, probably Tera Fighting for the like Tera Blast fighting coverage, because otherwise Petulant can't hit Dark types. But yeah, I think that does it for this one. Got this down here. Sorry to say that on my game, it's probably just because I'm recording. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon on the board, but that is basically because this was a 12-person league. These are the Tera banned Pokemon. There's no like complex bans for like Shell Smash stuff. I don't think anyone took. Oh, this is an 11 Pokemon. Yes, this would have been allowed 2 Tera types with Shell Smash. I'm surprised no one took it. Because, I mean, okay, honestly, maybe I got baited by Noob Trap Shell Smash Blastoise, but honestly I think the versatility carries it. Just because my opponents are going to struggle, really struggle to like figure out what they want to do against it. But yeah, just to have it here, this is my team. I'm open to suggestions. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If you have any suggestions for Blastoise Tera types, let me know. Any swaps, go for it. But I'm very happy with this team. I think it's very difficult to rate compared to my SPDA one. They are pretty similar, but they're also pretty different. But yeah, this was kind of a mess. Not sure if I'll put music in it yet. Don't think I will though. Maybe just quiet stuff like in the background, just to like help keep your attention. Maybe just like a Celeste one loop or something. Don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll see how long it is. Don't know how long it is exactly. Probably like 30-40 minutes if I had to guess. Yeah, thanks for watching. I will stop recording now. Goodbye.